What is up, my dudes? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going over rifle parts. Now, we went over handgun parts first because, well, it's your primary mode of defense, so I figured we should go over those first. So if you haven't seen that video, make sure you watch that one because there's a lot that we're not going to... There's some that we're not going to cover because we already covered them in the first video. But this is an AR style rifle, and we're going to go over the parts of it outside to inside so that you know what it is that you're actually shooting and what makes this thing go boom. So we're gonna start by taking it apart because that's fun. We're gonna start with the pins. This is the rear takedown pin, this is your pivot pin. Taking those apart now gives us two different major pieces to the weapon, which is our lower receiver and, you guessed it, the upper receiver. Now, this portion right here where you see the cuts in, this is our hand guard. This is what makes it so that you can mount all your toys and attachments onto your rifle, but it also makes it so that when you're firing this weapon, because it gets real hot, you're not grabbing the barrel, so you have your hand guard. Now, on top of our hand guard, this is our rail. These rails you can use to mount scopes, red dots, lasers, all kinds of stuff, iron sights, whatever, you name it. There's a lot that you can do. But that rail is there and it's pretty standard. The holes that you see here, there's two different setups. There's key mod and there's M-lock. They work in the same way of making it so that you can just attach stuff anywhere on your rifle. So make sure that you guys are cognizant of that. Now up front, there's a bunch of different things that this can be. This can be a flash hider, muzzle brake, whatever. Depending on what it is, it'll help you in different ways. This can help you with recoil. It can help you suppress flash. It can help you mount a suppressor. Depending on what you get up front, it can do a lot. So make sure you're paying attention to that when it comes time to put something on the front of your barrel. Oh yeah, and this is the barrel. Totally forgot about that. Now, in the pistol video, I brought up charging handles. Charging handles have nothing to do with electrical charge. It is actually this guy right here. So we'll pop this guy back, and this is what you pull when you have a loaded weapon to actually put a round into the chamber. But because we have it disassembled, well, we're about to, you pull that rail, that charging handle, and now we can get out this guy. And this is what a basic charging handle looks like. They're super cheap. This one's like 20 bucks. You can get some nice ones, which I intend to, but you know, you gotta build piece by piece so that you don't go broke. Okay, so this is the heart and soul of your rifle. This is the bolt carry group or the firing assembly. This is what contains your firing pin, which, if you see in that little hole right there, that guy, that's your firing pin. That is what strikes the primer on your rifle, making it so that your gunpowder ignites and bullet goes down the tube. So this is, like I said, the heart and soul of the weapon. This is the bolt carry group. Now in here, this is the end of the gas tube. If we look up on the front side here, you might be able to see it through the handguard, but that is our gas block. That is what pushes the gases when you fire the projectile. It pushes the gases back, and then in turn that pushes your bolt carry group backwards, and now you have a semi-automatic weapon. The rest, you'll usually have an optic, a scope, whatever on your gun, iron sights. There's a lot of different options out there, and maybe we should go over the different options because there's a lot, and a lot to choose from depending on your usage. So if you guys want to see an optics video, let me know. Now we have our ejection port, which is where your empty chamber or your empty bullet casings come out of. This guy right here when you're done, and then this is your dust cover or your ejection port cover. So that is what we've got, and personally this is a bipod. Okay, so that is what we have for the upper receiver. Now let's go to the lower. This right here is an adjustable stock. Pretty self-explanatory. Here we have our trigger, where, you pull the trigger, hammer goes forward. This is your hammer. That's your trigger. This is your firing selector or your safety switch, your safety selector. There's a bunch of different names for it. Okay. Now, right here, this is our buffer tube, and our buffer spring and assembly goes in there. The purpose of that whole thing is to make it so that you get a lot less force going into your shoulder, less recoil, the better. That is why we have that guy there. On this portion of the firearm, that is our magazine release. You push that button, magazine pops out, end of story. Now on this side, this is what is known as our bolt catch, our firing assembly catch, and our release. You know what? Let me put it back together so that we can actually see what that does. Alright, so now that we have it back together, I can show you the magic that happens with our bolt catch and bolt release. So, if you pull back your charging handle and you push the bottom right here of that bolt catch, now that bolt is locked to the rear. And then, if we push the top, it will release that, hence bolt release, and now that bolt has gone forward. Now if we're to pull this back without manipulating that at all, I'll show you this way. It goes back, and it goes back forward. So, that is what we have there. Last but not least is our pistol grip. No, this is not a pistol, but this is our grip or our handle for our rifle, and it resembles a pistol grip, hence why it's called a pistol grip. So that is all we have for the rifle. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure that you guys like and subscribe to see more of these Guns for Beginners videos. Y'all have fun, be safe, make good choices. Y'all have a great day.